Okay, I have the PETZL TIKKA RXP on my forehead. I'm ready to do the beam test. Let's see what happens. I'm in my room. This is our spare bedroom. And I'm going to shine the light up on the walls and show the different beams. I'm going to show the beam as it hits my daughter's palace here. And then I'm going to go outside and show you the beam in the trees. So you get an idea of how it looks in different places. Okay, the lights are out, and I'm going to change the camera around. Okay, here you can see this is the beam on the wall. I'm standing about 1 meter away, and the beam is it's probably about 1 meter wide. It is not that bright, as you can see. This is the lowest setting on the reactive lighting, so this is automatic. As I go back, let's see if it gets any brighter. It does get brighter automatically, and the beam spreads out quickly. Right now I'm back 1, 2.5, almost 3 meters, and the beam is at least 3 meters on the wall. You can't see it, you just see the center part of the beam, but actually it goes over to the sides as well. The camera's not picking it up, but it's a real even kind of light. I think you could tell that from what you can see. Just here to here, it looks like an even light, right? Well, that's how it is across the whole wall. And it really spreads out. You can even see the palace there. So I'm about 4 meters away from the wall there, and about 3.5, almost 4 meters away from this palace. So you can see it, and it's interesting, how bright the light is. You can see that there's a spot. There's a bit of a spot coming on when I look down. See that spot in the center, how it's brighter? So this is all the reactive lighting, and I'm going to crank it down now to the floor so you can see, does it make it brighter or darker? It makes it just a little bit darker. And yeah, it's probably just about right for looking for snakes, outside, or walking or hiking, or I don't know about running. I think I'd want it a little brighter for running, but maybe the light would be out there a little bit like that. And it does get a little bit brighter. It's interesting. Maybe I'm old, and my eyes aren't really all that great anymore, because to me I would like it a little brighter. Anyway, so that's reactive lighting. Now I'm going to shut that off, and I'm going to go to full manual, and I'll go through the low, medium, and high settings. So it's on reactive lighting here, and then maybe I hit the side button. Yeah. Then it goes to manual. So again, you can see at manual, standing 2 meters away from the wall, I'm getting a beam that's about 2 meters wide. It's very smooth, it's very even, and there's no spot. As I look down, there's no spot. It's not going to change on me. As I back up, so I'm about 4 meters away from the wall, and the beam is about 4 meters. It's going the whole way across the wall, and it's very evenly lit. And I don't see any spot at all in this, so I'm not sure if the spot is going to come on at all, or how do I activate the spot? I'm not sure yet. Anyway, so that's what you get, is a very even beam. Now I'm going to click the top again once. The beam comes on, and it's super bright. So I don't know, is this high setting or not? I'm going to see in a minute, but that's super bright. I can see running with this for sure. And the beam is not so bright that it destroys the light around it, It's sure not evenly, it's not even, it's brighter for sure, but it's not so horribly bright that it ruins your vision for the parts that are lightly lit, not as brightly lit. So that's kind of cool. And as I look down to the ground, yeah, that would be very nice for looking for snakes, actually, because the beam's just a lot nicer. It's a little bit wider than the Fenix HP25, and it's also a little softer. It's not as the Fenix HP25 is like a bullet. I mean, it's like a laser. Bam, that beam is just so different than the flood. Okay, so I'm going to hit the top light again, and it goes way brighter. Wow. Yeah, see, this is what I would use for snake hunting, for running. If I was running a short distance and didn't need to go for more than 2 hours, the beam would last that long. Then probably I hit it again, it's going to shut back down. I don't think it's going brighter. Let's see. Yeah, it shuts back down. It just goes to simple flood without any spot. So that's the selection. You have flood with no spot. Next selection is low, is flood a little bit brighter, and spot is on. I guess low setting you could say. And then next one is flood and spot are on high. This is definitely the most useful because it's quite bright. It's bright enough. It's bright enough that I could look for snakes from, wow, 4 or 5 meters, I think, for sure. I'm 5 meters away from that corner now, 4 meters away from the palace, and yeah, I could definitely find snakes like that. Yeah, that's a real nice beam. I like the beam quite a bit on this. I like it quite a bit better than the HP Fenix, or the Fenix HP 25. Okay, now I'm going to hit the side button one more time, and this is the red light, and you can see it's quite low. I can see the outline of the light switches there, and the thing to hold the air conditioning, but it's really quite dim. Now, if I hit the button on the top, does it get brighter? No, it just flashes. So those are the two modes. For the red beam, you have just regular like this, and you have flashing like this. So this one I'm not impressed. I can see the palace there, and you can see it just barely. But yeah, you're stuck right on a snake or something else. If you're hiking, even walking slow, there's barely enough light to really see anything at all. So I don't know what this would be good for. I would say absolutely nothing. Okay, I'm going to walk outside. We do have some thunder and rain. We have some cars flying by, so it's not going to be ideal. But we are going to be able to see what it looks like in the trees, which will be pretty cool. Yeah, my feet are all wet already. So I'm standing out on the balcony, and this is the reactive lighting. You can see as I'm showing very close to my feet, it's just bright enough if you're walking. You could see, I think, no problem. And this will save a lot of battery. At this rate, you probably get 5 or 7 hours. Now, as I look up and I back up and I'm farther away, the light automatically gets bright enough to see at just about the same level that I was looking at before. Now, as I pan left over here, I'm going to hit the tree, and I think it's going to get brighter. Bam! Yeah, it got much brighter. So that tree is about 3 meters away, and the brightness level is very close to max, if it's not max. Here's another palm tree. This one is also about 4 meters away, and it's a real even beam. I could definitely see snakes up there if there were some. And I really like the beam. I really like what it's doing. As I come back here to the short distance and at my feet, the beam's a little bit too dim to really see as much as I want to see. Now, as I pan down there, that garage there is like 20 meters away where I'm looking. And actually the beam is on there, but you can't see it very much. The camera's not picking that up. But actually it's not too bad. Even on the ground there, yeah, so it's a nice light for the trees, I think. I would like it for the trees. For far away on the ground, I don't think it's going to work. For short distance in the trees, it's definitely going to work. And it's really nice even beam. For the ground, short distance, not really going to work. So this is all the automatic reactive lighting technology. So let me hit the button on the side, and then we'll go to manual. There's manual, and I hope that's low setting. So you can see as I'm walking, this would be excellent for walking, or I could even run at this. It's actually quite okay. In the room there, I couldn't really tell, but outside, yeah, I can tell it would actually be okay. So hopefully that's low. Let's hit it again. Oh yeah, so that first setting was just the spot, it was just the flood. This setting is flood and spot, and they're both on about medium, I would guess, and that's quite bright. I could definitely run like that with no problem. Looking in the trees, it's about as bright as it was with the reactive lighting, so yeah, I could find things in the trees very easily. It might even be a little brighter like this on this manual setting. And then yeah, I'm hitting that garage pretty easily down there, so I think it's pretty good. Okay, I'm going to crank it up one more notch, and it's quite brilliant. This is perfect for snake hunting for short distance, up to 5-6 meters, easy, maybe even a little more. So yeah, I like that. This is 1, 2, 3, 4.5 meters here. Here's about 5 meters. Yeah, I could see a snake easily like that. This could become my go-to snake hunting torch. Here you can see up on the palm, it's quite bright. Even with this, I'm using my little camera, which is not as good as the first one that I used. But you can see it definitely shows the trees like quite well. I could see snakes if they were up there. I could see slow loris or whatever I happen to be looking for. Down there at the garage, yeah, it lights it up better than it ever has. You can actually see it on the camera. So it looks like it would work pretty well. Alright, that concludes this test. You can see on manual setting is really going to be the best. Reactive lighting tends to be okay for the trees and would save you a lot of battery. But if you really want the maximum brightness and your eyes are bad like me, you'll probably want to stick with the manual setting and make it medium or bright. It's really quite a nice beam. It's almost smooth, you know. There's a bright spot in the center, but that's okay because it's just not that bright. It's really quite nice. Alright, that's it. Cheers.